be a better individual in that regard. The fact that you need to be open to see the good side of people. This guy went in and he chose to see that part. And for me, that is remarkable. High Schools Africa, you're doing a great job. I would like to suggest that this wonderful program should also involve teachers. For instance, the teacher in School A should be given the opportunity to experience teaching and learning in School B. I must also say this program should also involve the business, art, home economics, and visual arts students. Thank you. Okay, so I think first of all, the program is not limited to a particular department. It's just a student. And I believe that the selection comes from the school themselves. Cannot ignore the fact that most of the selection have been coming from science department, which is what I spoke about in my previous video. I think it should be more versatile, okay? A coincidence can happen. Now, also about teachers being the one to be exchanged to a school, I think with regards to this, our interest for this program, or I want to believe that the High Schools Africa, its existence is actually because of the future generation. What is going to happen in some years to come. And how do you build these people? You don't have to focus on the teachers, because the teachers are adults. They are grown already. What they have to offer is what they are already doing. Okay. But the students are the one in their growth process. So it is important that we pay attention to them, and I think they should be the focus. And as much as it might be entertaining to what the teachers, which I doubt will not be as that of the student, I think the focus is all about the student. That is not to say that this suggestion is not good. I think it's a beautiful one. After all, what it's going to do is that it's going to put the teachers on their toes, knowing that now they will have to learn something from the school and bring it back to their schools, and then they know that there's a camera on them, so they are forced to also put up certain behavior. But however, I still believe that it's really about going into the root, the foundation. And of course, between the teachers and the students, who are the foundation? The students, not the teachers. Samuel Chase, Daniel is very humble and teachable. My favorite so far. Also, Gloria Sa also says, Daniel is gentle, humble, and was ready to learn. He's so appreciative of everything. Adiembra has fine girls. Headmaster was great. Kudos to Adiembra. It's just talking about fine girls. I remember.
I'm so excited to be here this morning. Before me right now, I'm seeing so many beautiful faces. I'm really anticipating to make new friends today, and I'm looking forward to having an educative and fun day.
Yes, you are not the only one seeing beautiful girls. Daniel 2S. You enjoyed yourself. No wonder you didn't want to go back to school. From CKB Comedy. Says, I watched the entire video, and what I actually analyzed was that the students of Adiembra SHS behaved as if there was no visitor or no camera on them, and you won't see anything negative to comment on. My only prayer and hope is for them to get a new dining or assembly hall. Aside that, I recommend Adiembra SHS to all parents and students. The headmaster, I must say, is a perfect gentleman. I've seen a couple of these videos, and none of the headmasters prayed nor sent gift across. He did a great job. High Schools Africa, great job. He took this thing too personal. It was like the whole exchange with Daniel was everything to him as far as that program was concerned. And for me, it was remarkable. That's something that needs to be commended for others to also follow, because then that becomes a stamp to all the students that would have to go to school and visit. So that wouldn't just be that the students themselves have found themselves there, but it actually feels like there's a seal and there's a bigger authority backing them to be in the school that they are. And he has gone to that extent to present a gift. And that would mean that Daniel is not going back to his school with just words and observations and imagination, but there's an actual physical thing that he's going to present. Just like I also suggested, I think there should be a brochure of the school anthem being given to students whenever they are leaving. There should be that presentation, bro. It should be ceremonial. It should be celebrated. I also believe that GES need to get involved in this. And this headmaster has been a rep for this good idea. I'm picking something from what the headmaster said. When he was giving his speech before introducing Daniel at the assembly, one of the things he said that I like, a particular pronoun that he used, he says, they are also here. He was referring to Daniel Maxon had been to GSTS, and then now Daniel also at Adiembra. He referred Daniel as they are also here to, then he continued. And for me, the fact that he used they is something that I want to also emphasize, that whenever we have an exchange student in a particular school, that person is not there in his own accord, of course, obviously. Now, it's important for that person also to put that in his mind or her mind, knowing that he is a representative of his school. So he's carrying his entire school, the teaching staff, non-teaching staff, the entire students, the whole SRC, into the other school. So it is deemed upon that person, the exchange student, to carry themselves, because it cannot be ignored that they are now the reflection of the schools they are coming from. One attribute of Daniel that I think should be talked about is also the fact that Daniel chose to see the brighter side of things he was seeing at Adiembra. And a typical example is the instance in the classroom with the teacher, when the teacher had several calls. I think he even elaborated that more to Goshes, where he made us aware that teacher had several calls and he constantly was hanging up and all of that. My first impression was that, okay, what happens to the teacher just put it on silence, or not even picking it at all? Because if it's silence and you don't pick it up, you can just return the call later on. So that was my first impression. But see what Daniel chose to see about that. He rather was seeing the fact that the teacher constantly was willing to let go that call and concentrate on the teaching. And for me, that quality is one of the things that personally I always want to be promoting. I want people to be a better individual in that regard. The fact that you need to be open to see the good side of people. This guy went in and he chose to see that part. And for me, that is remarkable. That behavior from Daniel in that regard is beautiful. Daniel was expressive, Daniel was tolerant, and then Daniel was so comfortable. And he was not in a haste to get over with everything that he was doing. This episode is something I love. I don't know about you, but at least from the comments, I get to see that you guys too also loved it. So, what do you think about what I just said about this video? Please leave your comment on the comment section, and do not forget to subscribe. Share it to friends, your loved ones who have not seen this yet, to also subscribe. I love you guys. And do you know who shot this? There's someone behind the camera right now. This person shot this, and I think I will be maintaining this person, my wife.